Cruise ports are confiscating items in 2026 that people have been packing for years. And one of them? Almost everyone watching this has brought it before. The problem is, it's not just about losing your stuff anymore. Some of these can delay your boarding, get you flagged by security, or worse. Here are 15 items cruise ports are taking right now, and what you should bring instead. Make sure you stay until the end, because one of these could actually stop you from boarding entirely. And if you want to avoid mistakes like these and stay updated on the latest cruise tips, make sure you subscribe, so you're always one step ahead before your next trip. 1. Power strips, the #1 confiscated item. This is one of the most commonly taken items at cruise ports, and it catches people off guard every single time. A lot of travelers pack power strips thinking they're being smart, more outlets, easier charging, no hassle. But here's where the problem starts. Most people don't realize there's a huge difference between a regular power strip and one with surge protection. What people think is harmless, cruise lines often see as a fire risk. If your power strip has surge protection, even if it's brand new, even if you've used it on every trip before, it will likely be flagged during the luggage scan. And once that happens, it doesn't make it to your cabin. It gets pulled aside and confiscated before you even see your bag. And here's the frustrating part. You might not even know it's gone until you're already on board, wondering why your charging setup isn't working. So what should you do instead? If you really need extra outlets, go for a cruise-approved, non-surge extension. These are specifically designed to meet safety requirements and won't trigger red flags during screening. Bottom line, just because you've brought it before doesn't mean it's still allowed. In 2026, this is one of the fastest ways to lose something before your cruise even begins. 2. Irons and steamers. Even travel-sized ones, yes, those too. Irons and garment steamers are another item people confidently pack, especially if they want to keep their clothes looking sharp for dinners or photos. It feels harmless, right? Small, compact, and something you'd use in a hotel without a second thought. But on a cruise ship, it's a completely different story. These items are considered a serious fire hazard, and cruise security doesn't take chances. During the boarding process, your luggage is scanned, and if an iron or steamer shows up, your bag can get flagged immediately. And that's where things start to go wrong. There have been cases where passengers didn't receive their luggage for hours after boarding, all because security had to pull it aside for inspection. Imagine being on board, waiting, while everyone else is already settled in and your bag is stuck somewhere in screening. Eventually, the item is removed and your luggage is delivered, but the delay alone can throw off your entire first day. So what's the smarter move? Most cruise ships offer laundry services or pressing options, and many cabins have alternative ways to deal with wrinkles. It may not be as convenient as bringing your own, but it saves you the hassle and the risk. Because in this case, trying to be prepared can actually slow you down. 3. Surge protectors. Yes, they're different. This is where people get caught because they think they already got it right. A lot of travelers hear that power strips can be an issue, so they double-check and think, okay, I'm good. But here's the catch. Even if you avoid a standard power strip, a surge protector alone can still get confiscated. And this is where the confusion really kicks in. Surge protectors are designed to protect your devices, but on cruise ships, they're treated as a potential electrical risk. The ship's systems are set up differently than what you have at home, and anything that interferes with that, even for safety reasons, can be a problem. So even though it feels like you're doing the right thing, security sees it differently. During screening, these devices are easy to spot. And just like that, they're removed before your bag ever reaches your room. No warning, no second chance. So what should you bring instead? Stick to simple, non-surge outlet expanders that are clearly labeled as cruise-approved. No extra protection features, no complicated circuitry, just basic functionality. Because this is one of those situations where doing more actually works against you. And a lot of people only realize that after it's too late. 4. Candles and incense. This might seem like a small thing, but it's an instant no. Candles and incense are items people pack for comfort, maybe to create a relaxing atmosphere in their cabin, or just to make the space feel a little more personal. The scent, the calm, the vibe, it all makes sense. But on a cruise ship, that same idea raises a red flag immediately. Anything that involves an open flame, or even the potential for smoke, is strictly prohibited. And it doesn't matter if the candle is brand new and used or still sealed in the box. If it's in your bag, it's getting taken. And it's not just about fire risk, it's also about smoke detection systems. Cruise ships are extremely sensitive when it comes to alarms, and even a small amount of smoke or strong scent can trigger unnecessary alerts. That's something cruise lines want to avoid at all costs. So during the screening process, these items are flagged quickly and removed before your luggage is delivered. No exceptions. If you're looking to create a better atmosphere in your cabin, a safer alternative would be something like battery-operated lights or sprays that don't involve heat or smoke. Because on a cruise, even something that feels relaxing can quickly become a problem if it's not allowed. 5. Extension cords, wrong type. This one ties directly back to what we talked about earlier, and it's where a lot of people slip up. By now, it's clear that cruise ships are strict about electrical items, but extension cords are where things get a little tricky, because not all of them are banned, just the wrong type. A lot of travelers pack extension cords without thinking twice. It's practical, it's useful, and it seems harmless. But if that cord has built-in surge protection or doesn't meet cruise safety standards, it can be flagged just like a power strip. And that's where people get confused. They assume, it's just a cord, it should be fine. But during screening, security isn't just looking at what the item is, they're looking at how it's built. If it doesn't meet the requirements, it doesn't make it through. And just like before, you won't find out until your bag arrives without it. The smarter move? Stick to basic, cruise-approved extension cords that are specifically designed for ship use. No surge features, no extras, just simple functionality. Because at this point, you can probably see the pattern. When it comes to cruise packing in 2026, it's not just about what you bring. It's about bringing the right version of it. Now those are the obvious ones, but the next few? These are the ones people argue about until they get stopped at the port. 6. Alcohol, policy confusion trap. This is where a lot of people think they know the rules and still get it wrong. Alcohol is one of the most confusing items when it comes to cruise travel because the rules aren't universal. Different rules apply for every cruise line, and even then, they can vary depending on the port you're departing from. Some cruise lines allow a limited amount, like a bottle of wine per person, while others have stricter policies. But here's where people mess up. They either bring too much, bring the wrong type, or assume the rules haven't changed. And that's when it gets flagged. During boarding, your luggage is screened, and if you're over the limit or carrying restricted alcohol, it's not going with you to your cabin. Instead, it's taken and held by the cruise line. You don't get fined. You don't get kicked off, but you also don't get access to it. In most cases, it's stored and only returned at the end of the cruise, which completely defeats the purpose of bringing it in the first place. So what should you do? Before you pack anything, check your specific cruise line's alcohol policy and stick to it exactly. Not close enough. Not it should be fine. Exactly. Because this is one of those situations where guessing the rules almost always leads to losing your stuff. 7. CBD and certain medications. High tension. This is where things stop being inconvenient and start getting serious. CBD products and certain medications are one of the biggest gray areas in cruise travel right now. On the surface, they seem fine, especially if they're legal where you live. But once you start crossing international borders, everything changes. What's allowed in one country might be restricted or completely illegal in another. And cruise ships don't just stay in one place. They move between multiple jurisdictions. That means something sitting harmlessly in your bag could suddenly become a problem at the next port. This isn't just about confiscation. In some cases, passengers have been questioned or delayed at security checkpoints because of items they didn't even realize were an issue. And depending on the destination, the consequences can go beyond just losing the item. That's what makes this one different. So what's the safest approach? If you're traveling with any medication, especially CBD or anything prescription-related, make sure it's clearly documented, properly labeled, and compliant with the regulations of every country on your itinerary. Because this isn't just about cruise rules anymore. It's about international law. And this is one mistake you don't want to learn the hard way. 8. Drones. Here's something a lot of travelers don't realize. Allowed on board does not mean allowed everywhere. Drones have become more popular for capturing travel moments, and it's easy to see why. Incredible views, unique angles. It feels like the perfect thing to bring on a cruise. But this is where confusion sets in. Some cruise lines may allow drones on board under certain conditions. So naturally, people assume they're free to use them during their trip. But once you step off the ship at different ports, the rules can change instantly. Many destinations have strict regulations or outright bans on drones, especially in busy tourist areas, near ports, or around sensitive locations. And local authorities take these rules seriously. So even if your drone makes it onto the ship, it could still be restricted or even confiscated once you try to use it at certain ports. That's where people get caught off guard. They follow the cruise line's rules, but forget about the destination's laws. So before you pack a drone, research every port on your itinerary, not just the cruise policy. Because when it comes to travel in 2026, it's not just about what's allowed on board. It's about what's allowed everywhere you're going. 9. Fresh food/innocent snacks. This one surprises a lot of people because it feels completely harmless. Packing snacks for a trip makes sense. Maybe it's fruit, homemade food, or something simple to eat on the go. It feels convenient and honestly, pretty normal. But when you're traveling across borders, food becomes a completely different issue. At many ports, especially international ones, there are strict agricultural and customs regulations. And that includes things like fresh fruit, vegetables, and even certain packaged foods. There have been cases where travelers stepped off the ship with something as simple as an apple, only to have it taken immediately at customs. Not because they did anything wrong, but because the rules are designed to protect local ecosystems. And it happens fast. You go through a checkpoint, your bag gets checked, and anything that's not allowed is removed on the spot. No negotiation. No exceptions. So what's the better approach? Stick to snacks that are clearly allowed, and avoid carrying fresh or perishable items when moving between ports. Because even something as small as a piece of fruit can become a problem once you cross into the wrong country. 10. Large Bluetooth speakers. This one isn't about safety, it's about attention. Bringing a Bluetooth speaker might seem like a fun idea. Music on your balcony, at the pool, or during a hangout. And to be fair, small personal speakers are usually fine. But large speakers? That's where things change. Cruise ships are shared spaces, and noise carries quickly, especially in cabins and open decks. What feels like a good time to one person can quickly become a disturbance to everyone else around them. And that's where complaints start. In some cases, large speakers have been confiscated after repeated noise issues, or passengers have been asked to stop using them altogether. So even if it makes it through security, it can still become a problem later. And the last thing you want on a cruise is unnecessary attention from staff or other passengers. So what's the smarter move? If you're bringing music, keep it personal, headphones, or small, low-volume devices that don't disrupt the environment. Because on a cruise, it's not just about what you enjoy. It's about sharing the space. 11. Suspicious packing items. This is where things get a little unpredictable. Not everything that gets flagged at a cruise port is officially banned. Sometimes, it's about how something looks, not just what it is. Items like duct tape, large tools, or anything that seems out of place in a travel bag can raise questions during screening. Individually, they might not be a problem, but together, they can create a completely different impression. And that's when your bag gets pulled aside. Security isn't just scanning for prohibited items. They're looking for anything unusual, anything that stands out, anything that doesn't quite fit. And when that happens, your luggage can be delayed while it's inspected more closely. It doesn't mean you've done anything wrong, but it does mean you're now dealing with extra attention, extra waiting, and unnecessary stress before your trip even begins. So what's the takeaway? Pack smart. Keep things simple. Avoid carrying items that could be easily misunderstood or raise unnecessary questions. Because sometimes, it's not about breaking the rules. It's about avoiding situations that make security take a second look. Quick warning. What most people don't realize is that cruise security isn't just looking for banned items. They're looking for anything unusual. And the next ones fall right into that category. 12. Coffee makers/hot plates. This might sound surprising, but people still try to bring these. Coffee makers and hot plates seem like harmless travel conveniences, especially for people who want their morning routine exactly the way they like it. Maybe it's about saving money, or just having that familiar cup of coffee ready in your cabin. But on a cruise ship, these items fall into a category that security takes very seriously: fire hazards. Anything that generates heat, especially unattended heat, is a risk. Cruise ships operate with strict safety systems, and introducing personal appliances into that environment is something they simply don't allow. So during the screening process, These items are easy to detect, and once they're found, they're removed before your luggage ever reaches your cabin. No warning, no exceptions. What makes this even more surprising is how often it still happens. People assume it's small, it's portable, it should be fine. But cruise security doesn't see it that way. So what's the alternative? Most cruise ships already provide access to coffee and hot beverages, whether through room service, dining areas, or onboard cafes. It may not be exactly what you're used to, but it's safe, approved, and won't get your bag flagged before your trip even starts. Because on a cruise, convenience should never come at the cost of compliance. 13. Hoverboards and lithium devices. This one isn't just about cruise rules, it overlaps with airline safety too. Hoverboards and certain lithium-powered devices have been a point of concern for years, and in 2026, they're still heavily restricted. At first glance, they seem like fun travel gadgets. Something to use at your destination, something different. But the issue isn't what they do, it's what's inside them. Lithium batteries. These batteries can pose a risk if they're damaged, overheated, or improperly stored. And in a closed environment like a cruise ship or even during transport, that's not a chance anyone is willing to take. That's why many of the same restrictions you see with airlines also apply here. So when these items show up during luggage screening, they're typically flagged immediately. And just like that, they're not going any further. No negotiation, no workaround. Even some high-capacity power banks can fall into this category if they exceed certain limits, which is where things can get confusing for travelers. So what's the safer approach? Stick to standard, approved electronic devices and avoid anything with large or unconventional battery setups unless you've verified it's allowed. Because this isn't just about cruise policies. It's about safety regulations that apply across the entire journey. 14. Weapons, even small ones. Even if you think it's harmless, it's not worth the risk. This is one area where there's absolutely no flexibility. Weapons of any kind, whether it's a pocket knife, a multi-tool, or anything that could be considered a potential threat, are taken very seriously at cruise ports. And the mistake people make? They underestimate what counts. Something small, something practical, something you've carried before without any issues. It doesn't matter. If it falls into that category, it's going to be flagged. And this isn't like having a power strip removed. The consequences here can escalate quickly. Your bag gets pulled aside. You may be questioned. And depending on the situation, security involvement can go beyond just the cruise line. That's not the kind of attention you want at the start of your trip. So the safest move is simple. Don't bring anything that could even remotely be considered a weapon. Because this is one of those situations where intention doesn't matter. Only the item does. And once it's flagged, things can move very quickly in a direction you don't want. 15. The boarding risk item, closer. This is the one that doesn't just get confiscated. It can actually stop you from boarding. Illegal substances, or even certain restricted medications, are in a completely different category from everything else on this list. This isn't about inconvenience. This is about risk. What makes this especially dangerous is how easy it is to assume something is fine just because it's legal where you live. But cruise travel isn't confined to one place. It crosses borders, jurisdictions, and legal systems. And what's acceptable in one location might be strictly prohibited in another. So when these items are detected during screening, the response isn't casual. It's serious. You could be pulled aside, questioned, delayed, and in some cases, denied boarding entirely. That's what makes this the highest risk mistake on this list. Because unlike everything else we've talked about, this doesn't just cost you an item. It can cost you your entire trip. So the takeaway here is simple, but critical. If there's any uncertainty about something you're bringing, especially medication or substances, don't guess. Verify it. Double-check it. Be absolutely sure. Because this is one situation where getting it wrong doesn't just create a problem. It ends the journey before it even begins. Here's the truth. Most people don't lose their stuff because they're careless. They lose it because they assume the rules haven't changed. And in 2026, they have. Before you pack anything, watch this next video because what you bring on a cruise can completely change your entire experience. And if you want to stay ahead of these changes and avoid costly mistakes on your next trip, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss what you need to know before you sail.